Hi, Charlene. Charlene, can you hear me? Hey, Jess. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, cool. Just waiting for people to show up. Hi, Michael Jerkson. I'm so nervous. I've like never gone on camera for people before, so just stop it. I do not. My camera is awful too. It's so bad. It's like the worst. I have to get an actual camera. I'm using the built-in one. So I wanted to go on camera today because I wanted to talk to everybody like directly. Hi, Janice. I wanted to talk to everybody kind of like directly today instead of just like a voice. I wanted to actually just talk. I did a video. Hey, Tanya. I look upset? Really? Do I look upset? Really, for real? I'm not upset. I am not. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm great. Um, I'm definitely not upset. I just have a bad camera. It's so bad. I'm really, really, like, nervous because 'cause I'm actually really shy. Nobody ever believes that, but I am. Thank you, Tanya. Hi, Milagros. How are you? I've literally, like, never done this before, and I'm, like, super nervous, but that's okay. Alright, so I wanted to talk to you guys today about not I did a video, last night, and, it was about the number 11, and I did, like I didn't do the whole video, I did, like, mostly, like, almost, like, half of it. Um, I didn't like mostly half of it, but then I was just like, I don't really know. Like I didn't really want to be like too formal with it. So I wanted to just kind of talk to you guys directly about it because I think it's just like easier that way. Because I've talked about it previously and I know that we're coming up on 11 years. And I had mentioned in the summer previously about the number 11, like how I felt like in the entire span of the death hoax, I always felt like numbers are really significant. Like they just are to me. I felt like Michael was really like into numbers and they like mean something to him. So I had always really focused on that in my videos and like talked about it. But it seems more evident as time goes on, like how accurate that is. And I always felt like if there was something significant in the death hoax, it would either be at 7 years or it would be at 11 years, either or. And I don't really remember. I gotta have to kind of go back through my archives and look at what happened because I think 7 years would have been 2016, if I'm correct. Um, oh, thank you. I'm not really sure what happened at that time. So I have to go look, but I just know that for sure, like 11 is very significant in um, everything that we've kind of done. So I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about that. I'm not going to be on here too long because I'm really like sweating bullets because I'm so nervous. I don't like public speaking at all. But I wanted to talk about the number. I think it's probably better for me to do like the video that I was working on last night was actually more detail in terms of um, exactly how it applies to Michael. And I think I would like to do a video about that where it's actually more detailed. But I did want to kind of like just talk about the number 11 a little bit more, just the significance in it. Like I said, this might be kind of boring to some people, but for me, it's like I've always felt like numbers were very significant. Just in Michael's life, he was just very vocal about numbers, just in his clothing, what he did. So I wanted to like really talk about that today too, because I know we're coming up on 11 years. It's like right around the corner, and it seems like everything has gone to shit here. Everything's going crazy. The world's going crazy. So much is happening. Um, so I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay. So I wanted to just talk about it a little bit. Let me just pull up the document that I have that I'm now not seeing. Okay. So I don't want to get like religious because I know a lot of people are just like not religious. And I don't really, we know that Michael was really, really, like really incredibly spiritual, but that doesn't mean that he's like, I'm fine, really. I'm good. It doesn't really mean that he belongs to any like one particular like religion. I just know he's a very spiritual person. He talks about God a lot. So I really feel like specifically Michael read the Bible a lot. And I don't know if it was just like reading the Bible because it's like, well, I believe every word the Bible says. I know he talked about the Bible a lot in a lot of interviews. I think Michael was trying to come to grips with things with himself and just things that are like in the world, things that are happening. And I do think a lot of things that are like discussed and talked about with him are biblically sensed. So when I decided to like kind of research number 11 in the Bible, it was interesting the things that I had found about it. Yeah, really tough. There's a lot of shit going on right now. It's crazy. So, biblically, the number 11 signifies judgment, chaos, and a lack of order. Um, so we know specifically right now that that's exactly what the hell is happening in the world right now. Um, there's so much going on in the world. It's so crazy right now. There's so much chaos. So I thought that was just really, really, really crazy how that just kind of aligns with what's happening right now. There's nothing but disorder in the world right now. I mean, everyone's losing their fucking minds. Like, there's so much happening. Even before the coronavirus started kind of creeping out, there was a lot of stuff that was happening. So, significantly, like 11 is right now what's happening in our world. So it says in the book of Genesis, chapter 11, people rebelled against God and oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So book of Genesis, chapter 11, people rebelled against God and started building the Tower of Babel. God brought judgment upon them by confusing the language that they scattered all over the world in different directions. Um, so 11 spiritually stands for the opposite of keeping and upholding the law. So, hi, Shell. So when you look at that alone, like in the book of Genesis, how people were acting completely crazy, so God separated everyone. God put everyone on different places, gave them different languages, and that pretty much when you look at that in reflection of how the world is like right now, everyone is so separated. Everyone, it's like hard to kind of get a rein on what's happening right now because everyone's kind of I guess I could say that everyone is concerned about the same thing, but to say everyone's working together, I wouldn't put it that far yet. I don't really think everyone is working together. It's everything's really separate, everything's really crazy. So that's just I don't know if I'm just like looking too much into it, but to me that's just really crazy because that's what's happening right now. We're going on 11 years since, Michael left and it just I always felt like something scared Michael away. Like he left because he saw something that frightened him. And so people might say like why would he leave his kids? I don't know. I have no idea, but I've always felt like it was something that really frightened him, that there was something that he saw that made him. I mean, I'm going to really get into all this stuff detailed when I talk specifically about him. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about the number 11 right now and why it's so significant, but something clearly like made him really think about everything. So let's see here. I don't know if you guys know about the Dead Sea Scrolls and how they're related to the Bible, but the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered in 11 caves on the upper northwest shore of the Dead Sea, 13 miles from Jerusalem. So, again, you see the number 11 and how I think it's showing the best and worst of humanity. So I'll get to that in 1 second. So if the Dead Sea Scrolls were found in 11 different caves, so again, it's separation. It's separating the number. It's very much about separation, disorder, chaos, and separation. And I feel like right now that is exactly what's happening. Um, so The most interesting that I found thing that I found that I thought was really, 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 really crazy about this. So there is um, the third and fourth most referenced Old Testament passage found in the New Testament occurs 11 times. Okay. So there's this testament that's in the Bible 11 times. Okay. It's Daniel 12:1. This is like really what kind of hit home the connection. And I want you guys to really pay attention to what I'm about to say to you. So this passage is it's Daniel 12:1. And I'm going to read it to you. So make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, let me find it. Okay, this is going to like blow you away. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, "And at the time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Every one shall be found written in the book." So I'll read that to you guys one more time. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." So, you guys, this is so crazy to me because before I even found that verse, I had in my mind been like, okay, I really feel like this number 11 is connected to Michael. Like I felt it like in my body. I've always felt it for years. I found that Bible verse and it just really like it threw me off completely because it really is validation and confirmation of what I'm saying. Um, there is something very, very significant about this number 11 and what it means to Michael. Like, I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, we're going to obviously find out, but I just want you guys to understand. Um, Stuart, you said in here, I think it's showing the best and worst of humanity simultaneously. Like what people are doing right now, it's kind of showing um, what's happening in the world right now is definitely showing a balance of like crazy people and good people. You see people doing amazing, incredible things for humanity, and you see the worst of people like looting, stealing from people, robbing people, killing people. There's really just like right now, there is definitely like a balance of the two. And when you have that, it's interesting because 11, when I was reading about it, and I have to find this thing I was reading, it was talking about how 11 sounds like hell heaven. If you take hell and heaven and put it in one word, it sounds like 11. So that's crazy because that's like a perfect balance of a word. It's not about religion. It's not about, you don't have to be a religious person and believe in any of this. It's not about following one religion, but what you're trying to understand is why things are the way that they are, why things are happening. So whether it's by grand design of a higher power or if it's by grand design of just someone doing it, constructing it, if it's about it how it relates to Michael. If Michael saw something that scared him, or if he had this perfectly mapped out plan, I don't know. I have no idea. I know he didn't choose his name. You know, it was given to him. So if you really take all of that into consideration, it's interesting. And I know that have you guys ever heard of like the 11:11 phenomenon, like where you keep seeing the number 11s, it kind of means that you're onto something, you're seeing something like something's happening. That's interesting to me also because I know different spiritual like advisors and people have talked about how like if you take 11:11:11, that's like a significant date. And I have done videos on my channel about 11:11:11 because when Michael, if you look at Best of Joy, the album, Michael did this album, and Best of Joy, he wrote on the actual album, like the notes, he wrote 11:11:11 on there. And it's interesting because when you take 11:11:11, that is age of Jesus Christ, 11, 11, 11 stands for everything that's a Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, everything in threes. Again, this is not about believing in religion or like necessarily like saying, oh, well, this is true because it's religious. It's more or less just about the fact that like, is someone taking this and designing something with it? Whether it be Michael, whether it be like the government, is someone taking religion and mapping out our future, or is this faith? Like, what is it? Um, so there's so many like interesting things when it comes to 11, the number 11, and the significance and how it is used in the world and how it's used in the Bible. But when I saw that particular verse that spoke about, that literally talked about Michael, and again, I'll read it. At the time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of the people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Now, what's interesting about this statement, when it talks about Michael, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, we all know Michael loves children. Michael talks about, and I'm kind of getting into, you know, I'm definitely getting into like the video, and I really don't want to get into the video, but Michael talks very specifically about children, the importance of children, the importance, and it's used against him. And you have to wonder, what is this desire for people to always make it like Michael's a child molester, Michael hurts children, and maybe because these evil entities, these evil people know the truth, know what his true purpose is. Maybe Michael was supposed to have another purpose that he diverted for his own spiritual benefit, and they don't like that, right? So in that verse, it specifically talks about like Michael being a savior for children, okay? Additionally, in this verse, it says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. So people might say, well, we've had pandemics in the past, right? We've had Spanish influenza, we've had the Black Plague, we've had these things before, we've had them previously, we've had plagues, but not in this time, not in our time have we seen anything like this. We have never in our time, like nobody that's alive was here for the Spanish flu. Maybe a couple people, maybe, but I doubt it because it was a long time ago. So that scripture is very much like creepy. Yes, because it's not something that we've ever seen before. So when you look at that, it's like, holy shit, like that's what's happening right now. And it talks about the book, and I just kind of like don't want to get into that because it's going to be in like my video. But there's another verse also, and let me find it. Um, there's there's another verse that's mentioned 11 times. It's Isaiah 6:1, which I think that numerology is interesting. But it says, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. So I'm not really sure what that one means yet. I guess I'm gonna have to really like think about that one. But that's Isaiah 6:1. In the year that the king Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. So I'm not really sure what that one means yet. Um, so I mean, it's all just very interesting. It's very interesting. It's a lot to digest, but I have always very specifically said that I really honestly believed, like from the bottom of my heart, that there was just this huge numerology thing with Michael. And I don't know if it's just something, what I'm trying to figure out is if it's like pre designed or if it's just like how things are. I don't really know. I'm not really sure about that yet. So I have to figure all of that out. But I wanted to just like talk to you guys about the number 11. And I'm really sorry because I did this video kind of talking about it, but I feel like just talking about the number 11 by itself, just in a whole long ass 30-minute video, is just too much. It's going to take us way off track. It's not really important. What really matters is how the 11 applies to Michael. So I wanted to kind of do that. And I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about that face to face. So that's kind of that information. And then the video that I'm gonna do, because all of us just have nothing but time right now anyway. So the video that I'm gonna put out, I'm gonna go more into detail about how it applies to Michael, and I'll probably have it out. I'll probably have that video out tonight or tomorrow because it's like I'm just gonna change around some things that I was working on already, so it'll have more details about how it applies to Michael. But I wanted to just kind of come on here and get you guys like pick your brains. What do you guys think about that? Like, what are your thoughts about that specifically? Like, what do you think? Do you think it's kind of like a stretch, or do you think it's crazy that like that verse is mentioned 11 times in the Bible about a Michael? And I'm not really sure what Michael I mean, I'm gonna have to look and see. I think it's Archangel Michael though, honestly. But I'll have to look and see. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on that? Because there's 19 of you and people are really not talking. So I don't know if it's because I look hideous or what you guys are doing, but I'm trying to find out, like, what are your thoughts on it? It's almost the chaos theory, how people are behaving. And you guys are in all parts of the world too. In the United States, they're just like locking down. Right. I'm just kidding. Your poem. Archangel Michael. Exactly, Clea. It's very exactly. That's thinking. I think that they're talking about. And it's really not about like religion, but some things you really can't ignore, you know? Like you can't ignore that. Like that the Bible was a long time ago. So how could they have possibly known that? Yeah. Yeah, because it says Michael the protector of the children. So I was like, holy shit. Yeah, I was really nervous. I'm so nervous. I don't like being on camera. I'm ready to like hurry up and get off of here. I'm like forcing myself. Michael's connected. Yes, I believe this well planned out. Yeah, for sure. Book of Revelations. And I will talk about all of that in that video, but I just wanted to kind of pick your brains before I did that. Hey, you guys remember the chat room that I had, the Discord chat room? I uploaded it again. If you guys want to talk there, but I'll probably just link that in my next video because I can't go on there right now because I have to finish this video and I don't want you guys talking without me. I want to talk to all of you beautiful people. So it's so like dark in here. I gotta get a new camera. Michael is connected. Yes, I believe the name Michael means who is like God. Exactly. It's more of a question, right, than a statement. Who is like God? It's a question. What's the looking glass? What's that? I'm not what? Yeah, where are all the missing children at? There's lots of them missing right now. For sure. You're nothing like God? You're not. We're all like God. We are not God, but we are from Him. So we're all like Him in different ways. We're in His image. He or she, whoever it might be. It's a supercomputer that predicts scenarios. Really? I've never heard of that before. I need to look that up for sure. Oh, by Tesla. I was watching some stuff on Tesla last night about free energy. There's a documentary. Yeah, for sure. World leaders fight over it. Yeah, Tesla was definitely a genius. And when he died, they like went to his room and took all of his shit. They don't want people to know about free energy because it's less money for them, which is insane to me. Yeah, I don't know. This is crazy though. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. We have nothing but time. You guys just have to make sure you're staying safe right now. Stay indoors, stay safe. What do you mean the electric car brand? Well, that's by what's his name? Elon Musk. But it's interesting because we're behind on technology because they don't want us to know about free. This light is like really fucking like coming through. That's crazy. Oh my god, really? That's insane. So it doesn't predict the future, it predicts scenarios. I'm blind, I can't see anything. Wow. Okay, well, I'm gonna get off of here because I can't see. It's blinding me, the light. I have to get stuff, and I'm really nervous and I'm really like panicky. So I'm gonna get off of here. But thank you guys for listening. I will have that video out to you probably tonight, um, or tomorrow morning, one or the other. Because like I said, we have nothing to do. I'm literally going so fucking crazy. I'm so bored. My business is kind of like at a halt because like no one's doing anything. Everyone's afraid to spend money because it's like the world's ending. So I have nothing to do but to focus on MJ stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. So you will be seeing a lot of me. Probably not seeing me like this because this is just a one-time thing. But hearing a lot of from me and I'll be doing a lot of videos. So thank you. Yes, DM me some stuff, please. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll be around. I'm in the Facebook group, Michael, so you guys can always come there. I'm on Messenger. I'm on Twitter. I'm gonna be around because, like I said,